excited to share with you our new virtual program, the Can Learn Library. Every single week we're going to be bringing you new digital content, like videos, on certain DIY projects, craft projects, new recipes, maybe a science experiment here and there that you can recreate at home. We want to connect with you, so if you happen to do any of the projects or follow along with us, share your videos, share your photos or your tips and your tricks, especially if you're taking a little bit of a twist on our projects. We'd love to hear from you. So you can connect with us on our Facebook page, the North Battlefords Library Facebook page that is, or you can email us at the email listed below. Happy creating! So our very first project in the Can Learn Library video tutorial is going to be pierogi making. I am going to be honest with you, I've never made pierogies, but I did find what I think looks like a simple recipe in the 25 ingredients, 50 recipe virtual cookbook that's been kind of circulating around the Battlefords. So I want to test it out. I want to see if you can test it out. And then maybe you guys can give me some tips and tricks on how to make pierogies if I'm not too successful. So I'm ready to start a pierogi recipe. I've washed my hands. I got all my ingredients measured out, and I'm going to go through the ingredients list with you. So to start, I need 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 egg beaten, 2/3 cup of cold water, 5 pounds of baking potatoes. Now for the time portion of this video, I've already boiled and mashed my potatoes, but you need 5 pounds of boiled mashed potatoes. You need 1 cup of shredded cheese. I'm using marble cheese because that's what I had on hand today, although the recipe calls for cheddar cheese. And of course, you just need some salt and pepper to taste. So now that we've gone through the ingredients list, we're going to do the first part of the instructions for the recipe, and that's the potato filling preparation. You're going to boil your potatoes for 25 to 35 minutes or until they're tender. And then you're going to remove those potatoes from the hot water and mash them up to make almost like a mashed potato pureed consistency, because you want your filling to be smooth inside of the pierogi. And then we're going to add in the cheese and season with salt and pepper. Now, as I've stated before, I've already prepared my potatoes in advance because no one wants to watch potatoes boiling for 35 minutes. I don't think so. It's like watching paint dry. So now that I have my potatoes ready, I'm going to add in the cheese. Add some pepper. I'm going to add more than probably most people would add because I love pepper. And I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. Now I'm going to stir it all up. Okay, so now that I have my filling put aside, I'm going to work on the dough part of my pierogies recipe. So what I'm going to do is have my flour in a medium-sized bowl. I'm going to add the 1 beaten egg, the 1 teaspoon of salt, and the 2/3 cup of cold water. I'm going to mix it together, and once I have it in the right consistency, I'm going to roll it out on some paper that I put down on a floured surface and use a floured rolling pin to get it thin enough that I can shape and stuff my pierogies. Alright, so now that I have my dough ready, I'm going to start to roll it out thinly and get it ready for the filling. So to do that, I'm using a hard floured surface, and I'm also flouring my rolling pin because I don't want anything to stick. So I've rolled out my dough and I'm ready to cut it out the circles for the filling. I'm going to use a cup here because I think this is a pretty good size for a pierogi. But you can use like a cookie cutter or even a cleaned out can. Anything, a perfect circle I think would work. Okay, so here is my first cutout pierogi, and I'm going to place about a tablespoonful of filling in each pierogi that I make. Now I think you want to put it in the center because you're going to be folding your pierogi in half to seal the edges. And then I'm going to pinch all around my half moon shaped pierogi to seal the edges, because I also imagine when this goes in a pot of boiling water, you don't want those edges splitting open. I finished my first pierogi. I have a lot more to do, so I'll go ahead and do those, and then we'll get ready to boil them. I am ready to add them to some slightly salted boiling water, and I'm going to cook them for 4 to 5 minutes or until they float, and then take them out of the water and they'll be ready. As you can see, the pierogies are floating and they've been in for about 4.5 minutes, and they're ready to be taken out and they are ready for eating.